this is day 6, Monday. We are going to do the first harvest. So we're gonna open the incubator, and first thing we're gonna do is check on our cells. So let's move these out of the way. All right, so we have in our bag all the dishes. I'm gonna just take them out, look at them. No visible mold, looks good. I'm gonna do this with all 4. All right, no mold, looking good. I'm just gonna put them up here just so they're easier to reach. No mold. All right. Cool. They all look nice and clean, no mold. So this means we are going to prep 4 flasks with coating solution. All right. Now that we have prepped our plates, we are going to do the harvesting of the Myoblast. So I'm just gonna get an empty tube ready. You can use a 15 ml tube, but we don't have any right now, so I'm just gonna use a 50. It really doesn't matter. And you're gonna prep it by putting 5 ml. Let me just double check that it's 5. Okay. I'm gonna put 5 ml in here. Oops. Of Myoblast medium. So this is different from the plating medium, and I just made this. I made some new ones just now, but this is an old one that I'm just gonna be using up. So we're gonna be adding 5 ml of this into an empty tube. And this tube will be where our cells go. All right, cool. And our first line is I believe it's the M7. So I'm just gonna label this M7. Cool. Just so we know which one is which. All right. So let's see. Next, we are going to remove the plating medium, wash it really quickly with PBS, wash it with trypsin, and then we're gonna centrifuge. So I'm gonna do one sample at a time because this has to be really fast. So let's grab our M7 sample, which is right here, very carefully. And I already got these out earlier. Spray off our hands because the incubator can be very dirty. All right. Take our sample out. Cool. So this first step is going to be extremely quick. We want to be as fast as possible when we're washing. So first I'm going to remove the medium. And to do this, I'm just very gently going to tip the dish towards me. And then suck out the medium and discard it. Next, just get out a bunch of pipettes. We're gonna need them. Next, I'm going to wash very quickly with PBS gentamicin. I have a small little aliquot here, but I'm warming up the bigger amount in the incubator, and all of these reagents need to be warm. The medium, the PBS, and the triply need to be warmed up to 37 degrees Celsius before you use them. So I'm gonna take 1 ml of our warm PBS. And this is gonna be super fast, so watch, I want it to be less than 10 seconds. I'm gonna add it into the plate, tilt the plate towards me, and immediately suck it back up. That's how fast, okay? And then discard this, grab a new tip, Again, this needs to be really speedy. 1 more mil of PBS. This is gonna go in here very gently down the side of the dish. Get rid of this tip. Actually, we can use that. Put this in our chamber. Stick this in the incubator. And start a timer for 1 minute. All right, so that'll sit there for a minute. In the meantime, we can get ready what we're gonna do next. So we're going to be collecting the PBS into this M7 container, and then we'll be washing with Tripoli. So I'm getting those ready. We're all done with the PBS for now. Perfect. Let's grab this from the incubator. Our M7, making sure it's the right one. And now we're gonna collect this very gently again into our tube. And that's our first batch of cells. Now we're gonna collect a second batch of cells using Tripoli, which is basically like a trypsin. It's a cell dissociation reagent. So we're gonna take 1 milliliter of the Tripoli, gently add that onto our dish. Put it back into the incubator. And set a timer for 3 minutes. And now we wait. All right, so timer's almost up. I'm also gonna grab the plating medium from the incubator that's been warming up. So we'll need this for our next few steps. And I'll set this in the fume hood. All right, timer's almost up. All right, cool. Let's grab our sample. M7. Okay. And now this part's really tricky, so we want to gently tap the plate, just like this. Extremely gently, like barely at all, just to get the cells to wiggle off the bottom of the plate. All right, then we are going to collect these cells very gently by tilting the, whoop, that's what you don't do, tilting the plate towards, and then gathering the cells. Okay. Cool. So that's our M7. And then before we put the cells back in the incubator, we just want to coat them with 2 mils of plating medium so they don't dry out, and so they're ready for us to use again. So this is the plating media, not the Myoblast media. Plating media always goes on top of the muscles. Myoblast media just goes in the cells. So very gently pipetting on this medium down the side of the plate. All right. Cool. This goes back in the incubator. And this time, since we're done with this sample, I'm gonna put it back in the bag that's back here so that it can be incubating until Wednesday or whenever we're using it next. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna repeat this for the other 4 samples, and then I will make another video showing what to do next. All right, so now we're ready to keep going. I just finished all 4 samples. So here are the second 2. So let's just grab these. Oh, I need to label them. This is M9 and M10. All right, so all these come over here. I already have the other 2 over here. They should all be about at 7.5, which I think they are, so we're good. Make sure they're balanced, but I'm almost positive they are, so I'm just gonna skip that. And you're gonna stick them in here. And then you're gonna set this to 200 times G for 3 minutes. Temperature doesn't matter. Acceleration should be 9. Deceleration should be 9. And then start. Cool. Cool. So I need to be extremely gentle. I'm being really careful not to disrupt the pellets. Just carrying these over to the hood. I don't know why I moved this so far away. Oh my god. All right. 7. I don't know which one's 8. 9. 8. 10. Okay. So let me loosen all the caps. This first part is just removing the medium because we only want to keep the pellet. And when I aspirate, kind of similar to how I do at PBMC isolation, I'm only going to be leaving behind about 1/2 ml in each tube. So let's see. And I can use the same pipette for all this. So it should look like this. All right, so I'm leaving about 1/2 ml in there. All right, I'm discarding the rest. And I'm just gonna repeat this for all 4. Again, I'm using the same pipette for 2 reasons. 1, these are wild type, so it doesn't really matter. And then 2, because this is just waste that we're getting rid of. That's a little, whatever. It's better to leave more than less with these things because the cells are in there. So if you're nervous, just leave a little bit more than you would. All right, cool. Now, I am going to tighten the caps on all these and mix them to break the pellet. So you may not be able to see a pellet with these because the cells are like, there's not very many of them, but to mix, I just go like this. Loosen these again. We'll also need our Myoblast medium, and we can get our coated flasks out of the incubator. Okay, cool. so we have our flasks here. We'll start with M7 because it's the first one. All right, so we'll loosen this cap. So I'm gonna kind of do a lot of things at once, but I'll do it 4 times so you'll definitely know what's going on. All right, I'm gonna take 4.5 mils of Myoblast medium. I'm gonna squirt it into the M7 tube. Then I'm immediately going to take it back up. And then I'm going to put it in the flask, making sure M7, okay. Cool, there is the P0 line for M7. All right, so this is now trash, this M7 tube. And then to make sure, you just wanna make sure that there's no parts that are uncovered on the bottom of the plate. So it should look like this. And then we can set this one aside. I'll set it right here. Cool, let's do M8. Four and a half. Trash. There's our P0 line for M8. All right, let's do M9. Four and a half. All right, there's the P0 line for M9. These are tall, so I'm gonna do 2 stacks. Trash. All right, now we have the last one, M10. Four and a half. Cool. All right, that's it. So this is trash. Whoops. Just keep it tightened. And now these go into the incubator. I kind of like to push them back a little bit so they're like right here. All right, yay, there's our P0 line. And that's it. Now we wait another 2 days and we'll pick up with another harvest of Myoblasts, and then I'll show you how to do a P0 passage as well.